The weeks after the holidays can leave a home feeling a little bare. Once the garlands, lights, and greenery are packed away, rooms that felt full in December can suddenly seem quieter and a bit unfinished. But this slower stretch of winter is actually a wonderful time to reset the atmosphere of our home and bring in a different kind of warmth. In this video, we're talking about 14 ways to decorate your home with warm winter neutrals. Each step focuses on a different layer of the home, beginning with the entryway and moving through the spaces we use every day, and including the smaller sensory details that help a room feel complete. These small, thoughtful changes can help every room feel warmer, more settled, and ready for the quiet rhythm of the season. Let's begin. The ornaments are packed away, and for a moment, the house feels a little loud in its emptiness. There is a temptation to rush straight into spring colors, but this transitional season still has so much beauty to offer. This is the time to soften the edges, trade the vibrant reds and the holiday glitz for a palette that feels like a deep breath. Focus on oatmeals, soft tans, and creamy, unbleached whites. It is a way of creating a space that doesn't demand your attention, but instead, gently holds it. Start by stripping back the clutter. Leave the surfaces bare for a moment so you can see the natural light. Then, layer back in the warmth, not with color, but with texture. A weathered wood tray, a heavy linen runner, or a stack of books with tonal spines. Beauty is found in this intentional quiet. This is about building a sanctuary that bridges the gap between the frost outside and the growth to come. Start with the base. When you're working with a neutral palette, texture becomes your color. Without the holiday sparkle to catch the eye, we rely on the weight and weave of our fabrics to create interest. It's the contrast between a smooth, cool ceramic and the rough, honest grain of a wooden bowl. Think about layering in different scales. A chunky, oversized knit thrown over a tight weave linen sofa creates a sense of history and comfort. We aren't looking for a perfect match. We're looking for a perfect balance. Move through your space and look for where things feel flat. Add a velvet cushion against a cotton chair or a nubby wool rug over a smooth floor. These layers act as a physical insulation against the lingering winter chill outside. Once the holiday lights are down, the house can feel a little stark under the standard overheads. But in a room filled with neutrals, the right light is what makes the space feel alive, rather than flat. This is the glow factor. It's about moving away from cool, bright whites and leaning into the amber spectrum. Think about light in layers. Instead of one big source, use small pockets of warmth. A single beeswax candle on a side table, a low-wattage bulb inside a textured ceramic lamp, or the soft flicker of the fireplace. Look for materials that catch and soften the light, like amber glass, brass accents, or the way a linen lampshade diffuses a bulb into a soft, hazy blur. In these bridge months, we aren't just lighting a room for visibility, we're lighting it for comfort. It's the difference between a house that's simply lit and a home that truly glows. The entryway is the first chapter of your home's story, serving as a bridge where we shed the weight of the winter cold. To keep this space from feeling cluttered or stark, we lean into natural materials that can handle the elements while still feeling soft. Start with the foundation. A heavy, stone-colored runner or a sturdy jute rug grounds the space and hides the traces of the outdoors. Replace the holiday greenery with something more structural, like a collection of dried branches in a large, weighted floor vase. Look for the warmth in wood. A raw oak bench or a set of walnut hooks adds an organic, lived-in feel to neutral walls. When you walk through the door, you shouldn't just see a place to drop your keys. You should feel the immediate embrace of a home that's settled and grounded. In the wake of the holidays, the dining table often feels like the most deserted part of the house. But we can bring it back to life without the need for a centerpiece or a formal setting. This is about choosing pieces that feel as good in your hands as they look on the surface. Start by layering your textures. Swap out the crisp white tablecloth for a heavy, wrinkled linen runner in a warm oat or sand tone. This is the foundation that softens the hard lines of the table and invites more casual comfort. Choose ceramics that show the hand of the maker, matte finishes, slightly irregular edges, and colors that mimic the earth. Pair them with simple wooden boards and smooth, brushed metal utensils. We aren't aiming for a grand production. We're creating a small, tactile sanctuary for the everyday moments. It's a quiet reminder to slow down and enjoy the stillness of the season. By mid-February, the sofa becomes the true heart of the home, a soft place to land while we wait for the first signs of spring. Creating a nest isn't about piling on clutter, it's about intentional layers that invite you to stay a while. Start with a base of tonal pillows in varying sizes and fabrics. Mix a structured linen with a soft, brushed cotton or a heavy-gauge knit to add depth and support to the back of the sofa. It's that combination of textures that makes a neutral space feel rich instead of empty. The final layer is the most important, a high-quality throw draped within reach. Whether it's a heavy wool or a soft cashmere blend, it should feel like a warm weight that grounds you. This isn't just a place to sit, it's a restorative corner designed for the quietest weeks of the year. When you're working with a palette of whites and creams, the space can easily start to feel untethered. This is where wood comes in. It's the visual weight that pulls everything back down to earth. Bringing in natural wood tones, like the pale strength of raw oak or the deep, steady warmth of walnut, is how we add a soul to neutral walls. We're not trying to match every finish. In fact, it's better if you don't. The magic happens in the variation. Think of a smooth white plaster wall met by the rugged grain of a wooden stool or a stack of reclaimed oak shelving. These organic elements act as a bridge between the architecture of the room and the softness of your textiles. Wood brings a sense of permanence and history that synthetic materials just can't replicate. By adding these raw wooden accents, you aren't just decorating a corner, you're giving the room a foundation that feels as solid as it is beautiful. The bedroom is where our neutral palette truly earns its keep. In midwinter, we want the bed to feel like a sanctuary, or a soft, layered cocoon. The secret to that depth is moving away from bright, artificial whites and embracing the warmth of wax paper and parchment tones. Start with your base layers in an off-white or cream, washed linen. These softer, aged whites feel more lived in and gentle on the eyes. Then, layer in the contrast. A heavy taupe duvet or a sand-colored coverlet adds the necessary shadow and weight that tells your brain it's time to rest. It's about the interplay of different weights. Think of the relaxed drape of a linen sheet against the reassuring pull of a thick wool blanket. When you stick to a tight tonal range, you create a visually silent space, allowing the textures to do all the talking. This is where we retreat to let the world fall away. A space that feels settled, soft, and entirely yours. In a home designed around neutrals, we use scent to add the richness that color usually provides. This is scent styling, the final invisible layer that gives a room its character. During these quiet February weeks, we're moving away from the bright, heavy spices of the holidays and leaning into scents that feel grounded and elemental. Think of fragrance in terms of wood and earth. A hint of sandalwood or cedar adds a structural warmth that mimics the raw oak in your furniture. Adding a touch of vanilla or amber softens the edges, creating a scent profile that feels as layered as the textiles on your sofa. Don't just think about the smell, think about the ritual. A heavy glass diffuser on a stone coaster, or a hand-poured candle in a ceramic vessel, becomes a part of the decor. When the scent matches the visual, natural, calm, and understated, the entire home feels more cohesive. It's about creating an atmosphere that you don't just see, but one you can breathe in. The kitchen is often the hardest room to soften, filled with the cold, flat surfaces of marble and steel. But as we move deeper into February, we want to shift the energy here from clinical to communal. This is the kitchen warm-up, the process of layering in organic materials to break up the chill of the stone. Start by introducing the weight of wood. Swap out sleek trays for a heavy butcher block or a collection of vintage wooden boards leaning against the backsplash. This immediately pulls the room toward a more earthy, grounded palette. Look for ways to replace the shine. Trade polished chrome for the muted patina of aged brass, or swap out glass jars for stoneware crocks in warm sandy tones. Even the simplest change, like a linen tea towel draped over a stone countertop, acts as a visual bridge. By trading high gloss for high texture, you transform the kitchen from a workspace into a warm, inviting extension of the home. After the holiday garland comes down, the mantle can often feel a little lonely. But this blank slate is the perfect place to practice restraint. Instead of looking for something new, we look to the outdoors. Foraging for a few architectural pine cones or a handful of dried, sun-bleached branches brings a piece of the winter landscape inside, without the festive pressure. The key to styling this middle season is the balance of heights. Pair those organic, foraged finds with the steady weight of brass candlesticks. The muted, golden patina of the metal acts as a warm anchor against a neutral wall, catching the low winter light even when the candles aren't lit. Keep the arrangement asymmetrical and breathable. You want it to feel like a collection that has gathered naturally over time, rather than a stiff, staged display. It's about creating a focal point that feels quiet, intentional, and perfectly in tune with the stillness outside. When the Christmas tree comes down, that corner often leaves a hollow feeling in the room that's tempting to fill with clutter. The anti-empty strategy focuses on using a single, significant piece to carry the visual weight of the corner. Instead of filling the space with several small pieces, choose one larger, neutral item that can hold the space on its own. A textured floor vase with a soft, stone-like finish, an oversized woven basket with a folded, chunky knit throw, or a tall faux tree in a ceramic planter works beautifully here. These pieces have enough presence to feel purposeful without feeling busy. Larger scale pieces give the room a sense of calm and stability. They ground the corner and help it feel complete, not decorated. By letting one substantial, natural element take the lead, the space feels settled and comfortable, like it belongs there, not like it's trying too hard to be filled. During the cold winter months, it's important to carve out a special spot for our creative endeavors. A well-placed chair, a soft pool of light, and a few thoughtful details can turn an overlooked nook into a place you actually want to spend time. This is where warm neutrals shine. Natural wood, creamy ceramics, and soft sand-colored textiles add depth without visual noise. A wooden bookstand, a stone bowl for knitting needles, or a neutral journal on a side table all bring texture and purpose to the space while staying calm and cohesive. When a comfortable seat is paired with the perfect lighting, the corner naturally invites you to take a break. Designing nooks like this helps the home feel more personal and settled, creating small winter retreats that support rest, creativity, and everyday rituals. As the sun sets on these quiet February days, the home truly comes alive through the smaller, sensory details. This is the moment where the layers we've built finally settle, and the house begins to feel like a complete sanctuary. By leaning into the glow factor and the soft textures of our warm, neutral palette, we create a space that offers a genuine sense of relief from the world outside. The strike of a match, the weight of a wool throw, and the soft flicker of a candle all work together to provide a gentle, restorative finish. These final touches are the invisible thread that ties every organic curve and textured linen into a cohesive story. Designing with this much intention allows every room to offer a sense of welcome the moment you walk in. Now is the time to sink into the cushions, dim the lights, and simply enjoy the peaceful atmosphere you've created for these long winter evenings. As we complete our 14-day decorating series, our home begins to feel whole again. Corners that once felt empty now carry quiet purpose. Take a moment to pause, sink into your favorite chair, and enjoy the environment you've created. With attention to warmth, light, scent, and texture, the house that felt bare after the holidays transforms into a space that supports rest, creativity, and the quiet rhythm of winter. Thanks for spending this time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.